Technical difficulties have ensued. What happened to my camera? Technical difficulties. Well, who knows? Maybe I need a new camera cable. Maybe I need, I don't know. Guys, welcome in. Happy friggin' Saturday. It's 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you know what that means. It means it's time for another live stream. Big shout out to each and every one of you hanging out in the chat. We're going to go ahead and chop it up. We'll talk some knives. We'll do some pocket checks. We might see, what's new, what's available out there. It's Saturday, baby, and live from the Spyderco capital of the world. It is 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Let's go ahead and get it going. What's up, Ground Fog? Welcome in. Welcome into Marco. Welcome into Lone Star Talboy. We got El Capitan Chet in the house. Mr. Henry G. Charles Wooden. Good to see you. Thanks for being a channel member. Another channel member. We got Bluetooth Blades. Shout out to Ian Coates. Channel mod in the house. Let's go. Another channel mod, Mr. Jim Miller. Ian says, posted what I feel is my best work in the stream pocket check today. Ooh, we'll have to take a look at that and see exactly what's going on. Let's go, Jojo. Good to see you. Good to see you, Louie. Well, thanks for being a channel member as well. Ian says, had to check to see if I muted the tag. What tag? I don't know what's going on, guys. Obviously, I started the live stream off with camera problems. I don't know. My camera gets a workout. Sometimes it's just, listen, sometimes the cable that I have everything set up to, like, I think I might need to replace the cable. We'll see. Hey, shout out to Wicked Dream Designs. Welcome in, man. And guys, if you didn't know, the nefarious pre-orders are here. They should be shipped out or are being shipped out. I know people are starting to get them and they love them. And then I believe the drop is also happening tomorrow. Check that out. Follow Wicked Dream Designs on Instagram. Pick up a Nefarious. Thank me later. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. And let's see. Welcome into Sterling Stutes. We got the Pawns in the house. And I'm scrolling. What's up, Ace Palone? Good to see you, man. All right. Louis says, I think Rollshambo is really liking his Rex 121. But oh man, I love it. Listen, I've already recorded my video on the Sage 5 versus the Para 3. And the hard thing about it is that it's so hard not to let the knife steel color that review. I might re-record it. I think I got my opinion down. I think. But the more I think on it, I also love the crap out of this knife. Like, this is my most carried knife ever. The Para 3. My most carried knife model ever. Because this knife has changed so much since I originally got it. I almost feel like if I say that I like the Sage 5 better, I'm cheating on my favorite knife. Like, I don't want to be unfaithful. Come on, camera. I don't want to be unfaithful. I need to get a new cable. Stupid connection. Hopefully it's just the cable and not the camera. That would suck if it was the camera. These cameras aren't cheap, but this is an amazing knife. The Para 3 is an amazing knife. Not everyone loves Spyderco, and that's okay. But for me, when people ask me, oh, what's your most carried knife ever? It's it's the Para 3. I love it. And a lot of that has to do with its customability. That's not a word. Oh, man. That is going to drive me nuts. Every time the table shakes, it's going to give me issues. We'll get a new cable in here, guys. I promise. Anyways, welcome into the Ponds. Thanks for being a channel member. Welcome into David V. Thank you for being a channel member. Let's go. Sterling Stute says that smock and crewwear looks nice. Titanium carbonitride all black. Oh yeah, the murdered out smock with the crewwear. It's great. It's great. And it does feel different. Like, it's the same knife pretty much as the original smock. Different pivot screw, different steel. Not that they haven't done different steels on those knives before, but the action feels crisper. The detent feels more crispy. It's like they figured out the secret sauce. Even when you take out one detent ball, because they come in with the 2 detent balls. There's something about that new smock that feels more crispy. I don't know. I feel how I feel. All right. Hey, shout out to Mr. David V for the $5 super. He says, for a new cable, what's up, Roll and Knife Fam? Dude, we're riding the struggle bus today. Or at least my recording equipment is. But you know what, to be fair, like I'm nearing 800 videos on the channel, which I know like many channels have way more than that. But I put my recording equipment through the ringer, and it's right on time for something to break. It's right on time for something to break. Lone Star says the carry of the day is the Kaiser Mad Tanto. Very nice. Welcome into James Reyes. He says Strider SNG tuxedo in the pocket today. Ooh, that's nice. I know many people have been talking about my buddy Duty's Daggers, who recently poo-pooed all over the Strider SNG DDG. Apparently he got his in and it had bad QC. Like it had lock stick and it had, I think he said it had lock rock and lock stick and it wasn't. I'll be honest, I didn't watch the video. The truth is, I want a Strider SNG. Do I need one? No, but I want one. It's on my list. It's on my hit list. And I've come so close to picking one up on the secondhand market several times. But I watch other people's videos on it, and nobody's had the same issues that he's had. So it makes me wonder, did he just get a lemon? Lemons happen. QC gets missed all the time. Lemons happen. But now I'm curious because people are coming out of the woodwork saying, "Oh no, I had this issue. Strider doesn't do perfect knives." I don't know. I want to pick one up. I'm going to need to figure it out for myself. I know that Edged Mindset is selling one, so we'll see. Or he probably already sold it. Ian is carrying the Purple Nurple Tall Boy in El Paquito today. Can't shake it. Oh, dude, the Devo Tall Boy is a great knife. I hope and pray that Kev finds a USA-made OEM to do the Tall Boy. The Tall Boy needs to be made in the US. I don't care if it costs $700. If they made the Devo Tall Boy in the USA, I would buy it. I would find a way I would buy it. Throw on the credit card debt. I love the Devo Tall Boy. Did a fantastic job on that knife. Wicked Dream says, yes, tomorrow. Ooh, very nice. Hey, shout out to Greg McCutcheon.
Certified badass.
Who's been a channel member for 3 months. Thank you so much, Greg. Thanks for riding with the channel. Definitely appreciate you, my man. Let's go, Jim. Jim, did I say hi to Jim? I think I did. What's up, Jim? It's good to see you. David V says the Sage 6 shipped and should be here Tuesday. Very nice. I saw that they had dropped. They had done releases. Of course, they sold out. Nobody's shocked. I knew that would be one that would sell out instantaneously the moment people knew that they were available. So there's no shock there. I thought they also did one in S90V. Maybe that was a Blade HQ exclusive. I don't know. I kind of refused to buy a Sage 6 and S30V. Knowing that they released one in S90V, like that's the one I've got to have. Call me a steel snob. That's the one I've got to have. Ian says, I might love my Tall Boy more than my CR case, but do you love it more than your Tri-Stash? That's the real test of commitment right there. Would you cheat on your Tri-Stash with it? Ian says, plot twist. It's the camera. Oh, it better not be the camera, dude. If my camera, if the mini HDMI port on my camera is busted and that's what's causing, because like if I move the cable, the video will cut in and out. If it's the port on the camera, I'm screwed, and I'll just end up having to buy a new camera. Ed B, good to see you, man. Welcome in. He says, "Oh, I got snubbed. I'm not giving him money." Snubbed? What? Look, the chat is jumping all over the place. Did I miss you, Ed? There's no way. There's no way. I thought I said hi. Well, if I snubbed you, the snub was unintentional. All right. Let's go. Hey, shout out to Ian for the $5 super. Thanks, Ian. He says, just a hair away from 9 months. A year is coming fast as fuck. Yeah, dude. You've been around for longer than that. We both know you. Ian has been in these EDC streets in every live stream. Anytime I go into somebody else's live stream, Ian's there. I don't know how he finds the time. I can't find the time. It's amazing. Ian, thanks for riding with the channel, man. Thanks for being a channel mod. Thanks for being a chaos deputy in the Only Spartans Discord. Thanks for keeping it real. Thanks for the $5 super. And shout out to Bluetooth Blades, another $5. And you guys are so generous tonight. Thank you so much. He says it is much different watching on my big screen. Can you see the pores on my face? Please put me back on your phone. I was shocked to find out how many people actually watch the channel on a television. Like every now and then I'll look at analytics that I never check just to see stuff. And there is a shocking amount of people that watch my content on their television. I looked at that because I saw a news release that said that YouTube was actually becoming more popular television than any of the major networks out there. Not watching on your phone, watching on your television. YouTube has actually far outstripped the major networks. That is crazy. That is crazy. If you'd asked me 10 years ago if I thought that was ever going to happen, I would have said, no. Like, television is television. You know, there's a time and place. YouTube is great for, you know, smart devices and computers, but I had no idea. Hey, welcome into Cat Scratch. Good to see you, man. Welcome into I'm on the Edge. Thanks for being a channel member. Welcome in, man. James Reyes says the shop drop them every Friday and Saturday for the most part. The Sage 6? About to spend some money. Or are you talking about like a Strider SNG? Cat Scratch says, I own 2 SNG. Great, don't got G10. The one that I want one in full titanium with the Nightmare Grind. That's what I want. Full titanium Nightmare Grind, not G10. Although the double gunner, the DGG, that's the double gunner grind. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a Strider enthusiast. I know. I want one. Okay, I want one. Bluetooth Blade says Strider SMF for me. Yes, please. SMF might be a bit on the bigger side. I don't know. I'd have to like look at spec sheets or something. Lone Star says Return of the Cold Steel Recon 1 XL in CTS XHP available right now. Well, good to know. I'm not really the biggest Cold Steel guy. Like, Cold Steel has a few models that I wouldn't mind owning. I have a few Cold Steels. I've got a fixed blade, and then I've got the smaller Engage. And Cold Steel does good work. Their Taiwanese OEM does great work, I should say. I'm on the Edge says, got my green woodpecker today along with the 2 other knives. Congratulations, man. Congrats. Look, listen, the RT woodpecker is phenomenal. Crystallized titanium is one of those things that it looks so good. It is gorgeous. Crystal tie, whether the blue, the green, they look fantastic. And I've been watching, you know, all the other channels' content on it. Everyone agrees. More crystal tie. You can't go wrong with it. Not only is it better looking, crystal titanium also is harder to scratch. It stays better looking for longer. It's apparently even more corrosion resistant than regular titanium. It's stronger. So it's stronger, harder, prettier. Yeah, crystal tie. We need more of that. It used to be that we only got that with, custom knife modders, but now it's made its way to the mainstream, and I think that's a good thing. I would love to see more knives with like crystal tie inlays. That would be cool. Welcome into Chad K. Good to see you, man. Ian says, probably going to get an iPad so I can watch Roll whilst lounging on the couch. New levels. There's new levels of comfort to be had. Do it. You know, you could also get a, what's it called? A portable monitor. If you go on Amazon for like 50, 60 bucks, you can get these portable monitors that are like the size of an iPad. And you can literally plug your phone into it and it will power it off of your phone and give you full screen on a portable monitor that's like 16 inches. 60, 70 bucks. It's a steal. I've got one set up right now for, for working on my computer. It's great. Hey, good to see you, Sean. Welcome in. He says, hey, Roll and Knife fans. Finally caught the live at its regularly scheduled time slot. There we go. There we go. Welcome in, Sean. Good to see you, man. Ed B says, I'm a TV watcher, too, with the live chat on the phone. There you go. That's solid. That's a great strategy right there. I might need to adopt that strategy. Cat Scratch says, I own a DGG full tie, 3/4 hand ground DGG, double gunner grip. That's what it is. I said grind, didn't I? Like an idiot. I said it. I said, listen, by the time I get to my live streams, the very few brain cells that I have bouncing around have ricocheted like out one ear. Thank you. Double gunner grip. That's what it's called. It's like the golf ball milling. You know what? We'll just show you guys. For those who don't know, DGG SNG. Hold on. We'll pop up a screen share and I'll just show you guys. It's this guy. Yeah. Boom. Look at that. That's awesome. Now, it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Plenty of people do not like Strider knives. Totally get it. It's all personal preference, right? But I want one of these with a nightmare grind. This right here, obviously out of stock, $2,000 knife. That is, to me, of course, if I can, come on, Knife Joy. It's the compound grind, right? Of course, my fat face is in the way of the tip of the blade. But you get the point. That is crazy. What is that? I see new versions of this all the time. A blank white screen. Perfect. Anyways, that's basically what I want, is the nightmare grind with the double gunner grip, the DGG. That's what I want. I love the way that the Striders have like what is obviously a forward finger choil and then a sharpening choil directly after that. There's no question. There's no question about, is it a sharpening choil? Oh, it's a finger choil. It's intentional and I like it. Look at that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Anyways. Welcome into Salvo Zen says also TV phone combo. Man, you guys are so high tech. I thought I had it figured out. Apparently not. I can't even get my camera figured out. Hey, shout out to David V for another $5 super. Thanks, Dave. He says, I always watch on the big screen. Phones are a pain in the ass, and I may have a laptop out so I can tag and don't pay Apple tax on super chats. Apple charges tax on super chats? Really? Look, I'm probably going to lose viewers when I say this. I have an Android phone. I'm an Android guy. Like, as far as Apple's concerned, I stopped rocking an iPhone years and years and years ago, back when they made it really hard to jailbreak the iPhone. After it kind of ticked me off. Like, it was during the iPhone 6 and Apple started spending millions of dollars, not on innovation, but on keeping people from being able to use, jailbreak apps for the iPhone, which, no, spend that money on R&D, get us a better product. Stop telling me what I can do with my $1,000 phone. Anyways. Yep. Double gunner grip. Thank you. Oh, man. Anyways, welcome into Nick T. Says Android for the win, lifetime Android guy. Yeah, look, there are a lot of things that iPhones just do better. They have a better ecosystem. They have a really clean user interface. But they limit the crap out of their user base. And for many people, it's fine. Many people are like, I don't care. I don't want like all the customization options. I don't need to be able to do this. I want a clean user interface. I want it to work really well with my other Apple products. And they're happy about that. But for me, I don't want a company spending millions of dollars telling me that I can't put what I want on that device that I paid for. You know, spend that money on R&D. Like Apple just recently released features that Android has had for years. For years. You know why? Because instead of spending that money on making their product better, they spend it keeping people from, you know, using the apps they want. This is not a tech channel. That's just my opinion. Sean says, Roll, did you hear MachineWise is going to roll out a new milling pattern for the Mojave at the Atlanta Blade Show? No, I did not, but I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. The Mojave is one of those knives that it was big at first, and that kind of tamed a little bit. Like people are, I wonder, is it really worth it? Is it really all that good? And now it's shot back up in popularity. I recently released a video because I was asked right after I did my Mojave video and my Cortex XL video. Shout out to Ed B. Ed says, you know, like if you could only have one, and he asked that during a live stream. He said, if you could only have one, a Mojave or a Cortex XL, you know, if you had to choose, because I told him I don't want to choose between children. He's like, well, you know, if you had to. And then I recently released a video, if I could only pick one. And spoiler alert for those who haven't watched it, it's the Mojave. And it's the Mojave because unlike with the Cortex XL, the Cortex XL is easily one of the most beautiful production knives I've ever seen in my life. Okay. But aesthetics do not cut material. They don't. And while the Cortex has a gorgeous hollow ground and everything is like hand tuned and milled and made by, Craig Brown, it's Magna Cut at 60 to 61 Rockwell. And so that means that if you do use that knife, you will need to sharpen it more often. If you need to sharpen it more often, you reduce the life of the blade. It stops, like, it kills me. The Mojave is, meanwhile, each and every single blade individually Rockwell tested by MachineWise before it leaves, and then they put it on the COA. And I can't help but wonder if Craig Brown doesn't put the Rockwell hardness target on his COAs because he's not proud of the fact that he uses 60 to 61 for his Rockwell target. Like, that Rockwell is fine if we're talking CPM 154. But on Magna Cut, he should know damn well that people want 60, no lower than 62. If it was 62, I'd say whatever. That's what Spyderco does. Spyderco does Magna Cut at 62. That's fine. We've already seen that Spyderco can get Magna Cut at 62 to perform really good on a low edge angle. But at 60 to 61, like, I'm okay with that on a fixed blade. But this is a folding knife. I need it to be slicey and stay slicey. And at $850, it needs to be on the COA, front and center. Be proud of your work, even though he does ship that out to people. I still love my Cortex XL. I'm not selling it. I'm keeping it. It's an amazing knife. I rotate through knives in my daily carry so frequently that I'm not really worried all that much about running out of edge anytime soon. But it's one of those things where if you're going to ask me, if you could only have one, which would it be? I'm going to pick the knife that's going to hold an edge for longer. That's what I'm going to do. And the Mojave has really, really good machine work. So shout out to MachineWise. Did they send it to me for a review? Did they give me a discount? No. I paid what you guys pay. I'm just like all of you. I spend too much money on knives. David V says, Rollshambo, if you send a super chat on iPhone, they take 30% before the creator. Damn. That should be criminal. What the hell? That is awful. YouTube already takes, I want to say YouTube already takes, I think it's somewhere in the realm of like a 30-40% cut of super chats. So if you do a super chat on an iPhone, Apple takes a cut, then YouTube takes a cut. Yeah, that's awful. I didn't know that. MPG EDC says, just wanted to stop by and say hi. Well, thanks for dropping by. All right. I'm on the edge says, I scored a tall boy 1.5 last night. Congrats, man. That's a hell of a knife. The Devo tall boy is an amazing piece. I love it. It's it's my favorite Devo knife released to date. It's so good. Jim knows. Jim says Android all the way. Yeah. Look, there's no right or wrong answer. Technology is so close these days. It's not like it used to be. Apple used to be like a runaway performer. It's a lot closer than it used to be. Hey, good to see you, Craig. He says Android plays in the sandbox with everybody. Apple's always been mine, all mine. It makes me wonder, especially like with tariffs, what's going to happen with smartphones. Because there's really only like one or two tiny companies that makes smartphones in the USA. Like, think about what those tariffs mean for things like the computer chips, like the plastics. 140%. Isn't that what tariffs on China's at right now? Jim says, get a Pixel if you want a clean interface. Yeah. Google Pixel is a pretty great phone. TC Blade says, happens all the time. It's hilarious when they announce the feature on an Apple event and everyone starts applauding and it's going crazy for something Android has had for years. You know what? I'm happy for them. I'm happy that, even if it took them a while, the Apple fan base can now, move apps around on screens. I don't know. Ian says, does MachineWise only have 2 models thus far? No. So MachineWise started off as a balisong company, and I'll do a screen share here and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I believe they technically have 4. MachineWise, go. So balisongs, they have the Seraph and they have a new one coming soon called the Opus. So they have a Seraph and the Seraph, the Rhoda. Nope, that's their pen. Did they only have 1 balisong? I could have sworn they had 2. I thought they had 2. Maybe they only had 1. So they started off with balisongs. And for those who don't know, balisongs they're not easy to make. Like, you've got 2 pivots you got to worry about. And so they're very well known in the balisong community for making some extremely, extremely good butterfly knives. Of course, they have the Sonora. Is the Sonora up? Yeah, wow, they actually have one available right now. Nope, it's sold out. Come on. Why does it look like it's available? They do their drops on Sundays, I think. Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. I'm going to get a Sonora this year. We're going to make it happen. The Mojaves, do we have any idea what their new milling pattern is? Hold on. Sold out. So they're doing a limited drop this weekend is what they said. They're doing a smaller drop this weekend. And then they said on their Instagram release that on the 10th, they were going to do the biggest release they've done to date. And there should be 40 available. So that'll be cool if you guys have been wanting a Mojave and you just keep missing out because of these small production drops. A week from today, they're going to be doing their biggest release ever. And so people that want one should be able to get one. That should be happening on the 10th. If you didn't know, now you know. Ian says Brian Brown is greater than Craig Brown. I don't know, man. I don't know. And I'll say this. I had a Brian Brown Jaeger M, the V3. And that knife was awesome, except for the fact that the action was kind of lackluster. It was a really cool knife. Loved that knife. I ended up selling that knife. And I was talking to people who have had other Brian Brown knives, and those are production knives, but they're built incredibly to spec. And so I've talked to people who have had Brian Brown customs, and they all tell me the same thing, and that is that the action is kind of eh. I feel like when you're paying that kind of money, like you want it to be enjoyable. I don't know. I've only ever had production versions of, I've only tried production versions of Brian Brown knives. I have only tried one Craig Brown knife. I've been lucky to even, get that, but I think the Cortex is still one of the best looking knives you can currently buy. Bluetooth Blade says, just ordered Pizza Hut, fat kid in the making. What did you order? It's the double toilet buster supreme. I'm just kidding. Pizza sounds good. Cicero says, why sharpen any knife when you can buy another one? Follow me for more recipes. Knife dull, buy another knife. Follow me for more tips and tricks. Oh man. Let's go. I'm missing out. I feel like I'm missing some super chats here. Hold on. B. Devious says, agreed on the Cortex XL and Mini FSDI. Damn shame Craig Brown doing 60 to 61 on his MagnaCut. You know what? Like, I still love the knife. I just wouldn't pick it over another knife in that price range that has a blade that's going to hold an edge longer. Like, that's kind of my point is, thank goodness I don't have to, my house isn't burning down. My pockets can carry more than one knife. But at that point, I might actually, like, now I'm starting to think, would I pick it over the Umnums on, which is MagnaCut at 63, 64? These are questions that I might need to answer. Yeah, I agree 100%. Ian says Tallboy is Devo's best release easily. And it's the biggest knife that they've made to date. They have one coming out with Vosti that I'm really interested in. It's the Nip Large, the large nip, the nipple. It's going to be coming out with Vosti. They decided to, instead of just using Vosti as the OEM, Vosti is actually going to do it as a collaboration run. And it's going to be a top liner lock Devo knife design. That is so cool. And the large nip definitely is one that I can't wait to check out. I don't care. Like, if they send it to me, great. If they don't send it to me, I'm buying one. It is what it is. I have to have that one. Ian says tech wouldn't be the way it is without Apple. True. Vehicles wouldn't be the way they are without Ford. Not everyone likes Ford. Everyone likes having a car, though. Hey, Sierra Rick, welcome in, man. Happy Saturday to you. Blade Shooter G, what's up, man? He says Apple is for 80% of the market. They don't care about the top and bottom 10%. Buy what you like. When we're talking about items that expensive, like smartphones or high-end knives, like, everyone has their own opinion, but buy what you like. No one's paying your bills but you. And shout out to Bluetooth Blades. Thanks for the $5 Superman.
Keep the change, you filthy
He says,
animal.
yes, Rolo, I can see your pores now. Man, just, don't talk about my blackheads. I don't need my wife coming up here trying to pop my blackheads. It's always uncomfortable. What's up, Jim? Good to see you, man. He says, lesser of two evils, Google versus Apple. I don't know if there is a lesser between the two of those. David V says, I can get myself a Mojave for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to me. You know what? Father's Day is right around the corner. Jeff, what's up, man? He says, just got a Spyderco Stage 6 button lock today. Pretty sweet. Congrats. Those sold out super quick. Did you get the one with S90V or S30V? Bluetooth says I would get the Mojave over the Sonora. I want both. I really, really do. I want both. I'm not a huge fan of when they do the Sonoras with like their distressed color, and maybe they just look better in person. I like the plain Jane looking ones with like the raw titanium with the diamond pattern, and then like maybe a pop of color on the bolster. That's it. But they look great. Let's see. I want to see the Sonora archive. Where's the archive? Machine-wise Sonora. Did they just send a batch of these out? They might have. I know they've run some batches with Blade HQ. They've run some batches with Knife Joy. Anyways, I'm not the biggest like plunge lock guy, but I've been told that they do the best plunge lock ever. And I really like the design on it. I like the fact that it's an integral USA made. I like what they're doing. I want to see more knife models from Machine Wise. MPG says, I would like to try out the Mojave, but I want the Kunwu Gigapadre before it goes more. But you mean before like tariffs make the price skyrocket? The Gigapadre. Kunwu Gigapadre. Has anyone seen Kunwu's watches? Apparently these are stupidly expensive. They look really cool though. Look at that. It's only a $900 watch. $735. It's crazy. I like watches. I don't know enough about them to know why that would be or wouldn't be a good price for that. The Gringo. That's one that I've been wanting to try out. The Kunwu Gringo. Where's the Gigapadre? Kunwu Gigapadre. Come on. All right. Do we dare? Yeah. Anyways, guys, I think it's about time. Let's go ahead and check out the Discord. We're going to scroll on up. If you want to know how we get here, the Discord is the only Spartans Discord. This is for channel members. Channel members, if you want to get in on the fun, there is, in fact, an invite link that channel members can find on the community section of the channel. How do you get there? Go to YouTube. Go to Rollshambo. You can just do a search. That's probably the quickest way. And then go to the post section, and channel members, scroll down just a tiny bit. Channel members will see an invite link right there on the post section. So let's go ahead and get into some pocket checks. Did I scroll up too far? I might have. Where is it? All right. I think we're starting right here with Ace Paylone. He's got, he says the desert horse. That's the unnamed, right? The unnamed. I think so. It was like the, is it the tack knives? Is it tack knives unnamed? Man, that's gonna drive me up a wall. Tack knives unnamed. Yeah. Yeah, the TACCOM knives. TAC knives, TACCOM, the unnamed. I was right. Hot damn. I did get it right. Don't come for my lunch. The Pond says the IKEA butter knife in stainless, unsure about the OEM. Surgical stainless. I like it, man. Nice carry. Bluetooth blades. He's got some nice ones right there. He's got the Plague Doctor Spartan Harsey. He's got the Harpoon Spanto XM18. Very nice. Full titanium on that. Really like that. Nick T's got the CKF Rotten Evo 3.0 with custom carbon fiber scales and the Poikilo Anolis. Yeah, the Anolis crystallized titanium. Look at that. Crystal tie. We were just talking about this. Crystal tie is amazing. I don't care what people say. Like, there's people out there like, you know what? Like, why is it the most hardcore hunters and fishers don't use, you know, the Spydercos and the benchmades? They have these $10, $20 knives because the hardcore hunters and fishers don't know. They're too busy. They're out there hunting and fishing, spending their money on ammo and boats and fishing gear. None of that is cheap. I had somebody comment that the other day, and they copied, like, it was a 3-paragraph long comment that they copied and pasted on all of my Steel Snobs videos. It was kind of annoying, but their point was, why is it that these hardcore outdoorsmen don't spend a couple $100 on a brand new Spyderco or several $100 on a brand new Benchmade, and instead they rock these old slip joints and stuff like that? It's because they're spending all of their money and time on other aspects of their hobbies. I know plenty of outdoorsmen that do use Spydercos, but it just blew me away. And I just had this image in my head of that person looking at something in crystal tie and just shaking their head like, oh, where's GEC? Where's Buck? Where's Case? Look, who wouldn't want a better performing steel is all I'm saying. Very nice, though. CKF Rotten Evo 3.0, Poikilo Anolis and crystallized titanium. Super solid, man. Like that. Dazed, he's got the, I almost called it the Troodon. Those are the Wee Trogons, right? The Wee Knives Trogons. It's a Brian Brown design. Is that the mini Trogon? It might be the mini Trogon. Pretty cool. Vivelsky coming in hot with 2 TRMs. He's got the full tie TRM Bulldog and then the full tie TRM Atom. That one has the Mike Irie custom hollow grind too. Very nice. Stupidly slicey with the lizard skin titanium scales. That's nice. That's nice. I like that. This was my carry today. Of course, you guys already knew that. Today carrying the Spyderco Sage 5 and Rex 121. I've got the TRM Raptor. That's that little tool bottle opener pry bar looking thing. If you want to know about the watch, that watch is super cool. That's it's made by a company called Aonic or Eonic. I'm not sure how to say it. It's EONIQ. They're handmade in China to your specification. I had that made 2018. Yeah, 2018. It's 7 years later. It's an automatic watch. It still works really well. I've worn it a ton. You could tell by the watch band. I reached out to them to see if they would be interested in collaborating with me. I'm like, hey, I got a channel now. Would love to talk about your products. And they said, they said nothing. They said nothing. They didn't even respond to my email. But I will say this: if you like automatic watches, they will make one for you to your specification, and they're really cool. I want to say that one was like $300. I've seen them go for like $250, $300. Great watch. I've never had a quartz watch last that long, probably because the battery dies and then I just go buy another watch. Anyways, love that carry. That was mine today. Check it out. It's on the Only Spartans Discord. Ian with the Devo Tallboy. Look at that. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Love the Tallboy. Nice hollow ground S90V at 61 to 62 Rockwell. Inset liner lock. It's a beautiful, beautiful knife. Love the Devo Tallboy. Jim's got the CDC Salem, the Boston Corgi, the CDC Collab, and CDC Salvation. Nice, Carrie. Lots of crispy donut community going on there. Got the sprinkles. Craig's got the 8010. He's got the QB Titanium Tedious. What looks like a Spyderco Tenacious. I'm not sure about this one right here. I'm not sure about that one. And the Swiss Army knife. Very nice. Hold on. Got to stay hydrated here. Let's go. Ed Durbin. He's got that's the Hoback. That's not the Sumo. That's the bigger model that came after the Sumo. I know you guys are already telling me what it is in the chat. Be nice to me. Which one is that? It's the Summit. The Sumo is the smaller one. The Summit is the bigger one. There we go. He's got the Sumo and the Summit. And of course, that's not the Hoback Sumo at the bottom. That's the Kubi Sumo, which honestly, I think is pretty cool. Like, I had a Hoback Sumo, I bought one right before it came out that they were not actually American made. And and here's the thing, like, people were pissed, and I get it, because when you spend that kind of money on a knife and you thought it was American made and it helped justify the price in your brain, and then you find out that this whole time you were bamboozled, people are going to feel a certain kind of way about that. It didn't stop the knife from actually still being a really awesome knife. I sold it directly after that because I was just tired of the conversation. You know, people are like, oh, I'm going to be angry. It's like, your money is already spent. You already like the knife. Yeah, he lied. Would you have paid $500 for it knowing it wasn't American made? Probably not. But it's one of those examples of good knives can be made anywhere in the world. And to this day, I still kind of regret selling my Hoback Sumo because I did like it so much. And now you can buy the Kubi version, which is essentially the same exact thing, for a hell of a lot less. I want to say those are going for what, $200? I might have to pick one of those up. I miss my Sumo. It was a great knife. Let's see. Gizmelian's got the Tenable Beaver and the Bomber, the Wee Knives, Winsome, and Shudan. Super nice. Very nice. But you know what? Whenever I see 4 knives, I want to see evidence of them in your pockets. We need the actual pocket check. You need the evidence photo to go along with that. Just kidding. But seriously. Kevin Smith, he's got, very nice. He's got the Manix 2 with original goat scales. He's got the Shaman with rock scale design. Those are the critter scales. And then he's got the Para 3. And those are not Applied Weapons Tech scales, are they? Are those Barclay CNC scales? Whose skinny scales are those for the Para 3? I need to know. Kev, let me know. Wicked Dream Designs. Yeah, look, another one where I'm going to need to see evidence that it was in your pocket. Did you carry all of those? Or is this some shameless promotion? I'm just giving you a hard time. There it is, guys. The Wicked Dream Designs Nefarious. And I love that knife. Absolutely love that knife. It is deceptively really freaking cool. Awesome hollow grind. And it's super good for your everyday utilitarian stuff. The tip is very piercy. Like, if you want to go through some boxes, if you need to get through some tape, it's perfect for that. Really incredible action. Love the Wicked Dream Designs Nefarious. Of course, I talk about it all the time. Look at those photos. So nice. So nice. Somebody took some high quality photos of these. Looks good. Louis with, that's got to be a Steve Kalari. I'm not super familiar with Steve Kalari's work. Super Steel Steve. But I do hear that he makes a hell of a fixed blade. I'm not sure which one that is. Oh, okay. It's the Steve Kalari Customs called the Tried and True. Very nice. And then he's also got, is that the Hog House Model T? Or is that the Veli? I always get the two confused. Oh, yeah. He's got it right here. Duh. I should probably just read. The Hog House Model T. It's every bit as good as my Grimsmo Rask. Those scales, the milling on those knives look incredible. They're not cheap. They're also not cheaply made. They always look bigger than they are, though. Whenever I see pictures of people holding them, I realize just how non-big they are. Non-big. How small they are. There we go. Like a normal person. Matt D with the HMC Trans. Ooh, that's good. Look at that. With the dark matter carbon fiber. Gorgeous. Gorgeous shot. Love some good carbon fiber. DC Blades with the cheat sheet. The Concept Daco tie in Timascus. Concept Apollo. Mirror DLC. Concept Bison. The Tenable Einar. Custom Purple Haze. Concept Daco tie Purple Haze. Very nice. You got the whole lineup. Again, I'm going to need to see some pocket evidence, guys. New rule. If your carry includes more than 3 knives, I want to see a picture of all those pocket clips in your pockets. I feel like that's fair. One Sneaky B, he's got, of course, the Knoll Knives Voodoo. Always a good-looking knife. Gosh, I'm still kicking myself that I didn't get one with the Techno Carbo. I love the hand satin finish on the blades. Riyadh did a great job. You have to hand it to him. Jim Cox coming in hot with the McNeese PM Mac 2 and the Olight Prowess. All right, need to drink more water. Ooh, Big Jim with a banger. SPK Lamia. Talk about another knife that's on my list. Why is everything I want so damn expensive? Yeah. I'm going to need one of those. Look at that. Rosie. He's got the Spyderco smock with the custom smock scales. He's got the skiff. Which skiff made blades is that? SPK Lamita, Craig Brown, FSDI, Mini Arius. That's a lot of money in one shot. Again, guys, more than 3 knives. I want to see some pictures of pocket clips and pockets. Wicked Dream says, in the pocket all day, my first North Mountain blade. Wanted to check out the SLD Magic. Very nice. It's a fantastic knife. Is it the most fidgety thing ever? No, but it's really cool with the kickstop, and it's really comfortable in hand. That is traditional Sanmai, done in Japan. I actually got challenged in a comment a couple weeks ago on one of my North Mountain Blades videos, because in the video I said the blade is made in Japan. And the person's like, I hate to break it to you, but these are actually made in China. I was like, the blade is made in Japan. I actually had a conversation with North Mountain Blade about this. Not all of their blades are made in Japan, but the SLD Magic and the ZDP 189 and the Sanmai is all done by Japanese bladesmiths in Japan. That is done in the traditional style. I've confirmed this specifically with North Mountain Blades. And some people can't wrap their head around it. They're like, China. So if you didn't know, yes, it is confirmed. North Mountain Blades does their Sanmai SLD Magic and their ZDP 189, and anything in the regular Sanmai is done in Japan. The handle scales, yeah, the G10 handle scales made in China. But the blade, literally the heart and soul of a knife, If it's one of those that I just mentioned, it's made in Japan. I don't know what that random rant was about. Don't mind me. I'm missing out on the chat. Hold on a second. Wicked Dream says, I've been carrying them here and there, but yes, I feel bad, brother. I noticed it after its pocket check. I'm just giving you a hard time. Somebody's got to. I'm okay with the promotion, man. You know, people need to know when they can pick up a Nefarious, because I have a feeling they're going to sell out. I'd rather have people on this live stream get them. All right. Welcome into Inball. He says, really like that one. I don't, which one? We're showing quite a few. Dale Lane, what's up, man? He says, some of y'all should consider becoming professional photographers. Some of us just have way too much free time on our hands. Some of us. I don't take the best pocket check photos. You know, I leave that up to the rest of the community. Hold on. All right, guys. So I got a question for you. And you know what? I'm just going to post it as a poll in the chat. I'm a big fan of polls. Like POLL, get it? We're not going there. We're not going there. So I don't know if you guys noticed, there's been no background music during the live stream. So I try to make the live stream as enjoyable for you guys as possible. Sometimes when I pick music, sometimes people are apathetic at best. Sometimes they just turn their volume to mute. That's a choice. So the question would be, do you prefer this live stream with or without the regular background music? And the options are with background music, but not too loud, or definitely without. And then we'll add an option, because there's always going to be a third option, which is going to be Big Bear don't care. Yeah. All right. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. There we go. Cast your vote. Live streams with background music, live streams without background music. Big Bear don't care. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm truly curious. Hey, welcome into Old Dominion EDC. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you. Welcome in. He says, once I got a light box, the knife photos got better. Oh yeah, man. I built a light box. It's over there in the corner somewhere. But I found out that, like, I really do enjoy, at the moment where I live, I can walk across the street to a park with man-made, like mini, like small-ish lakes and trails and everything. And I love walking over there with the dog and taking photos. Most of the outdoor pictures you see on my content is photographed at that park. We're moving away soon, and so I'm going to need to find new places to do my photography. But I built the light box, and I realized, you know what? Like, I actually prefer, like, half of the fun for me is taking these photos while carrying the knife at the park while walking the dog. I can't help it. So now the light box that I built, it just kind of sits in the corner. What's up, Victor Blades? He says, hey, Rolls, how do I send a pic? I want to show what I carried today. So in order to share your pocket check, you got to go to the Only Spartans Discord. To get to the Only Spartans Discord, you got to be a channel member. This is for channel members. Now, I did make the channel membership as inexpensive as humanly possible. Channel memberships start as low as 99 cents a month. You can't buy anything for 99 cents anymore. You can't even buy candy for 99 cents anymore, but you can, of course, become a channel member. Once you're in, you're in. You don't need to maintain your channel membership. So if you become a channel member and then, you know what, that 99 cents falls on hard times next month and you decide to let that membership expire, you could stay in the Discord. But it's the Only Spartans Discord. You can get there by going to my channel on YouTube. Go to the post section, and channel members can see the invite link. And then you can, of course, post in the pocket check for the live stream. What's up, Jay? Good to see you, man. Thanks for being a channel member. He says, Rolls, you owe me a milestone. What did I miss? What did I miss? Hold on. We got Jay Korskinen, who's been a channel member for 19 months. Jay. 19 months, brother. Thank you so much. That is fantastic. You're fantastic. He says, this is far to patches. Dude, the patches have not been in production. Right now, I'm just trying to get through, the next big thing going on in my life, which is we're going to be moving soon. And I'm going to be moving over several states, so I'm going to be leaving the Spyderco capital of the world, and we're going to be going to the Chris Reeve capital of the world. And of course you can't see it because I don't have much of a backdrop behind me, but my house is slowly being broken down into boxes. And it's kind of depressing. But it's a necessary lifetime change. And it's been hard for me to focus on much else lately. Will we have channel patches? Yes. When? I have no idea. Thank you for rocking with the channel for 19 months, man. Definitely appreciate it. And thanks for reminding me about your milestone. That's awesome. All right. So checking in on the poll, 34 votes so far. I said, do you prefer this live stream with or without music? 29% said with, 21% said definitely without, and 50% said Big Bear don't care. Well, I'll be honest. I like the music in the background. Personally, it helps give me a tempo to go with. I know that some people don't. Music can be one of those things that's really hit or miss, but I'll tell you what, we're already through most of the live stream. I miss it. We'll go ahead and turn it on. Yeah. How about that? We'll turn on a little bit of the background music. Ian says, I like rocks. Just end the poll. You can't tell me what to do, Ian. You're not my real dad. Ed says, any photo is better than no photo. It's true. All right. So we're going to get on to the next pocket check. Sever 7 with the Tuya strength. Ooh. More crystal tie? Yes, please. Look at that. Gorgeous. Both of those knives. Absolutely gorgeous. What's up, Sever? What's up, man? Look at that. Crystal tie integral. Fantastic. The Pond's got legit pocket check, not just a funny. That's what I'm talking about. Proof. The proof is in the pocket with the butter. Oh, man. That's awesome. That is the best pocket check I've seen all day. The IKEA butter knife. Fred's got two fun ones, simple but solid. He's got, of course, the Kaiser Milita and then the Civivi Vision FG. Very nice. Love it. TC blades with the legit pocket check. Had to run them. Let's see. Of course, the Tanto Umnum's on. My Zon still gets pocket time. It's an amazing carry. Now, usually I get to the bottom and then I ask myself, did I miss someone's pocket check? I don't think I missed any pocket checks. I'm going to scroll up here and make sure I didn't. I think I got them all. I think. You guys will tell me if I missed. Guys, again, if you want to join the Only Spartans Discord, become a channel member. MPG says, so you're moving from Colorado to some other state. Indeed. Ace Palon says Rolls can't move from Colorado because every time he goes to put something into a box, he cuts the box up with his knives. There's boxes I'm not allowed to touch. I get a ton of boxes all the time, and most of the time that the heaviest duty use that I put my knives through is cutting up Amazon boxes and shipping boxes that I'm not going to keep. I go through a lot of boxes. All right. We're going to go ahead and assume that people don't care if I have music or not. So we're going to go ahead and end the poll there. Thank you for participating. Yeah, moving does suck. I can't wait to be past this like a month from now and just in the new place, set up, fully good to go. There's probably going to be a span of time because this move is going to be 1,000+ mile move for me. And everything's not going to be set up right away. So there's going to be a span of time where I might have to stock up some regular content to release during that time. I don't know if I'll be able to do live streams during that time or not. We might have to do some vertical live streams. It'll be interesting. When that happens, I'm going to apologize in advance. During the move, it's going to be tough for me to come out with live content. I'm going to try to stack up some regular content to release, to be scheduled so that the channel doesn't just become a barren wasteland. But that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Ian says, Ed, I know I do. I go many days without posting. Then I realize I need to post. You need to post every day, Ian. Every day. Every day. No excuses. Every day. I'm slightly disappointed that I haven't seen Ian's Milwaukee Fastback. Lone Star says, time for the Leap Rebound mixtape for the background soundtrack. Oh, man. No rebound testers here. They're not allowed. All right, guys. I'm interested in finding out what's new. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do something that I shouldn't do, but I'm going to do anyways. Did you guys see recently? Did you see what's going to be dropping soon on DLT? And I don't have an affiliate link for them. I'm just letting you guys know. If you're a fan of small batch American-made knives that are highly sought after and really hard to get, check this out. The Koenig Mini Goblin is dropping on DLT soon. 3 days. 3 days. I guarantee this one at $785 is going to sell out first. May 7th, 4 days, my bad. 3 days, 11 hours, 50 minutes, and 54 seconds and counting. Check that out. The Koenig Mini Goblin. I want one of these. Ever since I saw them, I wanted one. The releases sell out incredibly quickly. I want one of these. Look at that. 3 days, 11 hours, 50 minutes, 30 seconds. So I just thought I'd, make it even more difficult for people like me to get one. Because here's the thing. If I tell you guys about it and you guys flood this on drop day, that just means that I won't have to buy one. Right? They're going to have one with the blue accents. They call that the ocean milling? C pattern. Okay. The C pattern titanium handle scales. Those aren't cheap either. These are going to sell out so fast. $820. $820. $785. What I want to know is what makes this one almost, what is that? $35 more expensive? What makes these two $35 more expensive than this guy? I don't understand. Is it just like the anno work on the hardware? Is that what it is? I don't get it. I don't get it. But I've wanted a mini goblin for forever. So if you are like me and you've wanted one of these and you never see them available on drops, DLT May 7th, that's going to be going down to 4 days roughly. We'll just make it harder. We'll make it harder, more difficult for me to buy one by telling everybody else about them. Do they have anything else? I know they didn't really have any other drops that look good. What about USA Made Blade? I like checking out USA Made Blade because you never know what they're going to get. New arrivals. The Defiant 7 Talos. The Behar. Les George ESV. ESV Flipper. Got a couple of those. Looks good. All right. Nothing too crazy there. What about... Let's do Knife Joy. Knife Joy. Come on, Knife Joy. What's new? Exclusive automatic knives on sale. You know what? Let's do this. Let's see what's on sale. There we go. Ooh, you get a Spidey Chef for $240. That's not bad. You can get an Enrique Pena X Series Bravo for $274. Also not bad. Wow. Hobak Goliath for $90. What? Made in China by We Knife from domestic and imported parts. There you go. $90. They got some good deals going on right now in their sales. They've got a KME sharpener on sale for $244. Okay. I'm not seeing anything too ground shattering, too earth breaking. A lot of Hobak stuff on sale. Demco 8020.5 in S35 VN for $200. That's not bad. Brian Brown Finch, $200. Also not bad. All right. All right. Hey, that's a good deal on a pen. For those of you guys out there who love the machined pens, Heretic Thoth? I don't know. I'm probably saying that wrong. $160. Titanium. Very nice. Very nice. I dig it. It's pretty cool, actually. That's really cool. B Devious says definitely music. Thank you, man. I like the music. It helps add something to the background. It's not for everybody, and I get that. And for some people, it's not just that it's not for them, it's that it kills the experience for them. I don't know what people like. I'm assuming you guys are okay with it. We've done music on most of the live streams that I've done in the recent history, and you guys are still here. Sever7 says, check out the NCC Ragnarok. There's one with studs and one with a flipper. They look dope. Oh, they've got some available. NCC Knives. It's nccknives.com, right? Yeah. Do they have one available right now? Out of stock. Out of stock. Out of stock. I feel catfished. I saw them do this very small release on Instagram, and I came here looking, and they were all sold out. Thank God. Because if they hadn't been, it would have been really hard for me to say no. But you said, check out the one with studs and one with a flipper. They look dope. These look really good. These look really good, man. So this one is a button lock. Is that an automatic? It might be. Yeah, button lock automatic. Okay. The one you're talking about would be this one, I believe. That's gorgeous. It's also $950, which is why I'm saying thank goodness. I love the 3D milling lines right there on the blade for the grind. I always love it when companies do that. Blau Rock blades look like that. We've got some American Blade Works knives coming out like that. It's nice. It's nice. We like that. The handle skills look awesome. And of course, it's a harpoon drop point Tanto, which just looks great. Yeah, that's nice. Very small release on these. The plain Jane looking one, if you can call that plain Jane, that looks nice as well. $1,200. Damn. This one was $950 as well. It's just a good looking knife. Love that. David V says Mini Goblin or Mojave. I've never handled a Mini Goblin, so I can't make that decision. If I didn't own either, that'd be tough. I will say this, it will be much more difficult to get a Mini Goblin than it will a Mojave. And that is going to be specifically because the Mojave, they're doing their biggest release ever on the 10th. So a week from today, Machine Wise is going to be releasing, they said 40 knives on drop. That's pretty big for them. When we're talking about, a $700-800 knife, that's pretty big. It's a pretty large drop. So those are probably going to be more prevalent, easier to get. They do drops every week. Mini Goblin, I've seen 2 drops in like 5 months. So if it was me and I didn't have either, and I was trying to choose where to spend my money, the safe bet would be to get a Mini Goblin if you could. Because even if you get it and you don't like it, you could turn around and sell it on the secondary market and probably even mark it up 50 or $100 for your time or whatever, and it would probably still sell. Minimum, you get your money back. Versus on something like the Mojave, those are sought after. They do sell well on the secondary market, but it's going to be easier to get a Mojave in the future than it is a Mini Goblin. So for me, I'd probably prioritize the one that is harder to get in general, knowing that if I don't like it, I could recoup my money. As a collector, that's my collector brain thinking right here. Obviously, right now, my choice would be the Mini Goblin because I don't have one. I have a Mojave. I love it. I couldn't tell you which one is better because I've never handled a Mini Goblin. I just know that I want one. John Blackman, what's up, man? Thanks for being a channel member. He says $785 is too much money for knives. It all depends. It all depends. Hey, what's up, Knight? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. He says, what's up, guys? Been a while since I could make it to a live. I figured I'd drop in to say hi. Oh, you made it in time. MPG says CRK is in Idaho. Yep, Boise specifically. And that's, you know what, like, spoiler alert, that's where I'm headed. I've got something I'm really excited about with this move is that I have a small Sebenza 21 that I got in on trade from another channel from Darkwater Actual last year. And I heard a rumor that Chris Reeve will do a blade steel update on the old Sebenza 21 models. So I reached out to Chris Reeve Knives and I said, hey, I heard this rumor. Is this true? And they said, yeah, we'll do it. It'll cost you $100 to get the blade replaced, but we can update it to MagnaCut since that's the steel we're using now, between $100 plus shipping. I don't have to do that anymore. Now I can just do, I could walk into Chris Reeve after the move and be like, can we skip the shipping? So I'm really excited about that. I think it would be a lot of fun to do an episode on how their warranty service works, how their spa service works. I think that'd be cool. Not to have to wait on shipping. I know it's the smallest part, right? Like the longest part of that lead time is just waiting for your knife to get worked on. Because when I talked to them, they said it was going to be roughly a 4-month wait time between me sending it in and then them sending it back. But what's the point? If I'm moving to the area, I'm just going to walk that knife in and be like, here you go. Call me when it's ready. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be fun. All right. What's up, Matt? Good to see you, man. He says, anyone have thoughts or opinions on the Spyderco Python? I have the opportunity to get one, but I've heard mixed opinions. So the Python, I've heard that the Python has bad lock stick. That's what I've heard. If you're okay with that, I know that there's ways where you can send it to knife modders and they can do a very, very small adjustments to get rid of that. But I have heard that the Python has lock stick. Just something to keep in mind. Dale Lane says, anyone have a Sage 6? Yeah. Quite a few people, actually. All right, guys. Alrighty, so I got to work on the next episode. If you haven't done so yet, check out the latest episodes. Recently unboxed this guy. Finally got my hands on a Tyconic Tycon 1. Great little top liner lock knife. Fantastic. Also, if you want to know my opinions on the Mojave versus the Cortex XL, maybe you missed my rant earlier in the live stream. That video is now out as well. And of course, I've got more on the way. More episodes on the way, and I'm working on more than just regular knife reviews as well. So, guys, that's going to be it for me. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic weekend. I will plan on seeing you back here on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Central, which is 7 p.m. Pacific. For those of you in the Only Spartans Discord, I'll see you soon. For everybody else, have a good weekend. We'll see you later.